Hello, my name is Ilona. In this video, I first want to take a look at Turkey. What is that about? Why were the peace talks between the Ukraine and Russia in Turkey, which is very interesting. If I'm not mistaken, the government in Turkey refuses to close the airspace for Russia. And there's something going on with NATO who doesn't want to close the airspace above the Ukraine. But I'm just going to take a look at the energy of Turkey. I find that interesting. Someone asked me actually about that. What is the energy of Turkey? What's going on there? So I'm just going to take a look and see what comes up. I find that very interesting what's going on now. So let's see. Oh, we have two cards here. We have the Page of Swords and the Nine of Cups. These are the cards above. The central card is the Two of Cups. In the past is the Moon. Underneath the central card is the Nine of Wands. And for the future we have the Two of Wands. I'm just going to get an extra card and the King of Cups. This is interesting because their influences, this is about new information coming out. I think things are changing there as well. I think some things change in the government. If I'm not mistaken, a while ago I read about that the head of state actually was, given a deal, so to speak. And I think he took it. And things are changing now. That's why they are actually a little bit in between, so to speak. So I do believe that the white hats have gathered ground in Turkey. That doesn't mean that everything that's going on there is going to be solved suddenly. But the influence is there. There is a lot of healing going on. And it's necessary because there is a lot of pain. I think underneath Turkey, I'm sure a lot of things have happened. Also, the country, I think a lot of things have happened in the past. There's been a lot of dark energy there as well. That is changing. It's healing. So people are, I think the energy just in that area will change dramatically. Especially in the past, it was very unclear where things were going. It was very unclear, a lot of fear going on there in that area. It was very unclear for a while now where it stands. And it will continue. And I think it still will be a little bit unclear for the outside world. But I do believe for the people that are, woken up, that can see that it's pretty clear who is now, pulling the strings in Turkey. So I do believe there's a lot more white hat influences there. It's coming out now. That's why they were chosen for the peace talks, which was very interesting to me that they gathered in Turkey. Also the fact that Turkey refuses to close their airspace for Russia, while a lot of other countries have done that. So that's really an indication which side they are on. So I do believe things are changing there. There's more information coming in. The Page of Swords always is also about this young energy of looking at things differently. So I think things are changing in Turkey. Mindsets are changing. It will take time. There's a lot of old pain there as well. But it's healing. It's starting to heal. Although in the near future it will still be a bit unclear. I think they'll still remain neutral. So they're not going to do very much in a way that they will choose for NATO or they'll choose for Russia. I think they'll stay in between, and they purposely done that. And it's really about connection and connecting again. So that's the energy of Turkey, which is very, very interesting, to be very honest. I'd like to take a look at NATO. What is going on with NATO? To be honest, it kind of feels the same as the European Union. So it feels like an empty shell. It's still there. It's like being propped or used for all kinds of things. But it's like they don't have any power at all. It looks like they have power, but to me it feels like they don't. So I'm just going to take a look at NATO. What is the energy of NATO right now? Let's see. Oh, we have the Five of Pentacles. That's the influence above. The King of Wands, interesting central card. We have the Four of Wands in the past. Underneath the central card we have the Chariot. And for the future we have Justice. Justice is being served. Just going to get an extra card there. Four of Swords. But They are completely in the cold. I truly believe that there's not much there anymore. It's just really a prop they're using, I think, to play out everything that's going on. And it's being used by the Whiteheads. I do believe that they are in control there. And they've taken the reins. The Chariot it's about taking control. So I don't think they have any money anymore. I don't think they have anything anymore. They're completely out in the cold. It's really just, they're just being used. They're props. That's how it feels to me. It's like that empty shell in the European Union that looks like it's still going on. It looks like everyone is still doing their jobs, but in reality, they don't have anything, any power anymore. It's completely dwindling. I'm going to use that word again, but it's they're in the cold. All the NATO doesn't mean anything anymore. It's done. I truly believe that it's done with NATO. They're pretty much finished, especially with the justice. I think we will see things happening there as well. Although in the near future, that could be just the coming weeks. It can still be like nothing is happening, or that the status quo will remain. So the Four of Swords is more like things are standing still, but a lot of things have happened. I think already a lot of justice has already been served concerning NATO, but we're going to see more and more about that. So I think they're probably going to look like they're more neutral than NATO. It will appear that way, but to me, they are completely gone. It's like they're not even there anymore. They're just playing some kind of role just to get everything together and play out this, well, again, this movie apparently we are in, but it's like this. They really just got a script. You have to do this. That's how it feels like. They're not in control anymore. Someone else is pulling the strings. So this is interesting, but this is the feeling I get with NATO. It's, to be very honest, if I read anything about NATO, I'm like, yeah, right, sure. That's the feeling I get. It's also with the European Union. It's just doesn't mean very much to me anymore. So it's their empty shells. Now I'd like to take a look at China. I've never taken a look at the country China, and I really want to take a look at that. China, I believe well, I'm not even sure if I can say the party's name, but the party there that starts with the C and it ends with the P, and there's a C in between, is really the dark influences. They are the biggest problem. I believe that Mr. X, that is, of course, the head of state, or so to speak, of China, is a Whitehead. That's my feeling, and I've read about that, of course. You can read a lot about it in the telegrams, in the channels on Telegram. There's a lot going on who are Whiteheads, who are not, but I truly believe that the party is the problem. Really, they are still those dark energies. And Mr. X is actually helping along getting rid of all those influences. So I'm just going to see what the energy is of China. Let's see, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm sorry, I have a little. And we have the central card, the Star. We have the Death card in the past. That's interesting. We have the Wheel of Fortune underneath the Star. And we have the Emperor in the future. And the Eight of Pentacles. I'm just going to pull extra cards for the future just for more explanation, or just to verify or see where it's really going with the near future. I just find that interesting. And it helps along where it is going, what the energy is showing me. Well, I think things have changed there. I think a lot of things have changed in China. This is from the past. A lot of old systems that may seem like they're still in place, I don't think they are in place anymore. This is a feeling of what with the NATO, with certain parts of China are pretty much taken care of. I truly believe that. I think there's been a humongous cleansing going on. We still get these information out, how horrible it is. We still see the footage of the people are mistreated, people, this is happening, that is happening. It's very likely that is misinformation as well. I'm sure that has happened. Don't get me wrong. The dark energies had a grip on China, and they really put forth their agendas there. They, of course, one of the first countries with that social system they wanted to implement everywhere around the world. And I think that's still being used to show everyone in the rest of the world that's what they were going for. That's what really their intention was. People need to wake up. So they're still being used. It wouldn't surprise me at all if a lot of those things aren't happening anymore, but we don't see that. It's very closed off. This is what we see. I think it's a lot of misinformation still, probably from the past, just to open up. It's almost like they're used as well in this humongous war of what is going on. Things are used to open up people's minds. So I think a lot of it has already changed. The star is protection. So China is under a lot of protection right now. It's a protective energy. Wouldn't surprise me if off-world, of course, are involved. They are involved in the rest of the world, but they, of course, keep aside. But especially in China, I think they've really stepped up there. I think there was a lot of protection from the off-world to make sure all these dark energies really, needed to be cleansed, and they really helped out. It wouldn't surprise me at all if there was a lot of off-world activity above China. So that's interesting. That's the feeling I'm getting. Things have changed for the better. This is the Queen of Pentacles, as someone who takes care of their health, of themselves. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if already another means to treat certain things have already been circulating in China in a different way of healing and dealing with things. A lot of things have been moving in the right direction. So I think there's a lot of things we don't know about China. We think we know, but that again is media, is different coverage, what we see. It's also about opening people's eyes. So I think they're being used as well. Well, the future, the military. That's the Emperor card. So I do believe that it wouldn't surprise me, as I've said before, that there will be a sort of that there will attack Taiwan. It's not really an attack, it's a cleanse. I do believe that a lot of dark energies need to be cleared there as well. So the military will take over, and their work, still things need to be done. So there's still some work that need to be done. And I think it's probably referring to Taiwan. In a way, they actually are part of China, if I'm not mistaken. In a new world, they will be, things will be rearranged. Certain countries will be united with other countries. It will be a completely different way of looking at countries and just all the areas. And I believe Taiwan will be independent, but will be part of China. So I think that I get a better feeling than I was expecting. I thought there would be a lot of dark energy still left, but I believe that most of it has been taken care of. And there is a lot of off-world protection there, a lot of off-world. So last but certainly not least, I want to take a look at Israel. What is going on there? What is the energy now? Because if I'm not mistaken, Israel is safe for last. So we're just going to see what the energies are. Let's see. We have the Nine of Cups. That's interesting. We've also had that with Turkey. The central card is the Eight of Wands. The past is the Page of Wands. We have the Two of Wands underneath the Eight of Wands. That's a very interesting combination. And we have the Five of Swords. I'm just going to get an extra one. And the Ten of Cups. So a lot of things are going to happen very fast, especially with Israel. I do believe that we are now in the end phase of everything that's going on. But things need to be moving there. Although this is very interesting because this is the card that is more like nothing's happening. It's a bit in between. So it will look like nothing's happening. It wouldn't surprise me at all if a lot of things have already happened or right now is happening, with a very beautiful energy to connect people again. So a lot of things is going on the background, especially in Israel. I believe the Whiteheads, this is the card from the past. That's usually a Whitehead influence to me. They're already starting up. I think they're already taking care of a lot of things here in Israel, just like in China. That's the feeling I'm getting, although more needs to be done here. I do believe that in the near future, this is a very grim energy. So it will look very grim. And I do believe that maybe even the people there can feel that grim energy. I think that really this is going to be the last breath of the dark state, deep state, however you want to call them. But this is, a lot of things are happening there. And ultimately, this will lead to this new connection, to this new beautiful energy. Especially in Israel, so necessary. So many things have happened there. It's of course this biblical place. It's so connected. So many energies are there, and it's unfortunately so abused by the dark energies. So it will look quite grim the near future. So that could be the next few days or a few weeks. Can still look very grim, but they're working towards this beautiful new energy. Things are changing, but it will look like not much is happening. Then it can get very grim, but things are happening very, very fast in Israel. Things are changing on a very quick speed, so to speak. Things are happening. I can feel it in the energy. I'm sure everyone else is feeling it as well. Things are happening, things are speeding up, and any day other things can happen. We don't know that. I do believe that Taiwan will most likely be next, and of course Israel has to be taken care of. But we'll have to wait and see how things are really going to unfold. It's most important just to be prepared. Things can happen, blackouts can happen. Just make sure you have some food in your home. Just be prepared, just in case. Don't wait around for it. That's always, just live your life. Really try to take care of yourself and your loved ones as well as you can. Live your life. Keep your energy as high as possible. And that's really the best thing we can do right now, is trust in God, trust in the light. Know that it's all right. It's going to be fine. Trust in the plan. I want to leave it at that. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.